Hey guys, so today I would like to show you my process to create a character with the pen tool in Photoshop. So this is the pen tool and the options. So I drew this before like with the brushes, but I thought I'd share it with you because that's something I really like to do, especially when I work in games or um yeah, like for certain projects or animations. I like to keep it in Photoshop because then I can also use my brushes and all the other tools that I don't have on Illustrator. And so I hope this will be helpful. It's just a fun process that I also consider, I think, necessary sometimes because like for example, I create this character and no matter how I change my canvas size, because I'm using pen tool, I'm not going to lose the quality because usually for games we use a lot of like a smaller file size. And if we want to like later have that character in a larger file, we can easily just do it without redoing the character, redrawing it. So I'm gonna start with the what I do usually is to, because there are like some inner lines and then some outlines. So I'm not gonna create like a whole silhouette, but I'm just gonna create the like for example, the head separate, the hair separate. So try to make all the layers separate because then I can just adjust it later. If I double click here on the layer, I can change the color. So I'm going to just choose a random color and I'm going to have the fill or opacity just reduce it. If you see like it doesn't matter which one. I'm more comfortable with fill because it just has a different effect on it when you do it. And I'm just gonna keep creating this character. So these shapes are here. I'm working with a MacBook, so if I hold Option, I get this tool. If I click on this dot and hold Option, I get this tool. So if I go here, it will be this tool because it kind of convert the point tool into uh you can have like some ability to adjust the sharpness, right? So so I'm gonna try it here. Uh, this is like one. Okay. So it used to be different in this tool in the older versions, right? But then when they changed it recently, right? So here. So I already picked this one, so I don't need to hold the option. But if you're having the pen tool, then if you click on this like this, it'll just delete it that point. So I have to keep a command to be able to select it and then keep option to be able to adjust it. I'm not sure I used to do this in Windows too, but I'm not sure what is now the shortcut. So uh, so I can just create this really smooth and nice shapes here as the base. And right here, I mean, if I want to have more adjustments, I can just like I'm just selecting this one. I can select this too, but you can just have all different kinds of adjustment to it, right? So I kind of learned this early in learning Photoshop because I was working on graphic design. So it's mostly just for me command and option. So I put all the dots and then command and option, command and option. I can even delete this one. I don't need it. Um, and I've learned it early on because I was also a graphic designer. And this helped me with also motion graphics and graphics because for motion graphics, you need a lot of editing and stuff. So I thought um, this would be more helpful because even a little bit, if you use, like, for example, this Control T that you can just transform the shape and make it smaller or bigger, you lose the quality immediately with the pixels. So I thought this would help um, the people that were in the process to be able to just resize the files however they want. And that was really helpful. I got really good feedback on that. So I try to keep this in my press. So this is the body, this is the face. And so I sometimes use some what do you call, like some brushes and brushworks and stuff, but mostly in a way that it's either like a gradient, or it's just somehow in a way that if I resize this, I'm not gonna lose that quality, right? So it's okay to use brushes as long as you're considering that it's not gonna change later in the process. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it here, and then here I'm gonna just add another point. I'm just clicking on it and the point is being added. Think I got a good one here. Okay. Yep. I mean, later I have to check all the shapes without the drawing, because as you see here, there are some uh, adjustment that needs to be made to make this look better. So for that, I'm gonna try it later. But for now, I'm just gonna try to make the basic shapes, right? And so I like doing this a lot. It's like it's kind of feel like a Zen mode drawing. It's like a different experience, but also it's very interesting to make sure that you get the right shapes. Um, like my OCD satisfies when I do this. Okay, so here and here. Well, I guess we got everything here. Seems like it's all good. I'm recording this on a weekend where my partner took our kid outdoor, have some activity. So this is the cap font. This is the back. I'm gonna just, so this is all everything with the, who's this? Oh, the hair. Here. So I'm gonna create a folder with face because I want to add the facial elements too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and here I add another point, command, and then here option, or maybe, oh, it's alt. I think, yeah, I think it's alt in the Windows. Like you do the same stuff with all. So here, if you see now, I want to have the eyes in the same layer. So when I change the color, so if I click here, I can, I can change the color, right? But I want to have this eye on the same color. So if you see here, you can combine shapes, you can subtract. So I'm gonna click on combine, and then I'm gonna create another one. But as you see, it's all in one layer, right? So when I change colors or when I try to move this layer, it's gonna be just one layer. I can also create them separately. I can show it to you with eyebrows, and I can, there's one extra here. And then I can merge them. So this is eyes, and I want it to be like brighter. So let's create the eyebrows, right? So here is the eyebrows. Oh no, I want to move this first. Right, okay. And option alt. And here, this is, oh shit, so, oh, sorry. So this is, this all has been created in one layer. So I can tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna click on it and, oh, okay. I'm gonna, oh no, look what happened. I'm trying to, I mean, honestly, yep, and shift. So these are all now selected only the eyebrows. So it's with shift, you can select everything. And I'm gonna press Command J or just to duplicate this layer. So if you see, I have now two of these, but this is only the eyebrows. So I selected the eyebrows and I separated it with eyebrow. I separated it, but here I have it, so I have to hold Command and then Shift and then delete this one. So now I don't have it on this layer anymore. So I'm going to create another eyebrow. So I'm going to keep this just one, not with the merging one, because then I have to keep doing that again. Yeah. And, yeah, here and here. So I have now two eyebrows, right? There's two layers. And if I select these two and merge it, merge shapes, I will have just all in one shapes and I can just create different colors and everything. So this is really helpful if you want to even, you can just do it whenever you want. You don't have to be worried about it. If the mistake happens, you can immediately fix it. So that's something that is really cool about this technique. It's just it's like a cleaner version. That's it. I would say like it's like a cleaner, more vectory version. So yep. Oops. I gonna have the upper lip. Just create curves to make it more natural. And the lower lips here. Okay. So I have lip low and lip high. Oh, or not top high. What? High. And like maybe just change the colors. Right. So, and then, I mean, I'm gonna create the color for the nose later with the, whatever, okay. With the color of the face that I'm gonna make a decision on that, and then the nose is gonna adjust to this. So here I have a tool, like a preset tool that you can have all the shapes in different, like all this pen tool shapes quality. It's like triangle or circle. So I'm gonna create the eyes with this tool. And where is the eyes? Okay. So I'm gonna have this one here. And so if I hold shift, see, you see a plus next to this button. Yeah, and here you see it changes. So if I hold shift, then I can have them on the same layer and then I can then move them around. Oh, sorry. I can move them around. So because this is selected, if I can just resize this, I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to move it a little bit further and it bigger. Okay, we got it. And now what I'm gonna do is to create the eyelashes. Oh, here, right? Oh, okay. I'm trying to make sense of like I used to be so quick on this, but I think like since everything changed in Adobe, like all the buttons and all it was like it's just different. So many things changed. So many. I was using this for so many years, and then they changed some of the shortcuts, and I had to recreate it. And then I was like, why would you do that? Right? I mean, I don't get sometimes why company do they does certain stuff, but I guess I'm not here to judge. Probably I'm the user, but they don't ask me. So I'm gonna click on this to create the other part. Right, okay. Yep, yuppie, yuppie. So I'm not gonna just spend a lot of time cleaning up right now. I'm just gonna keep it just reasonable enough for me to come back to it, to fix it or adjust it or whatever. Because when you don't have that drawing underneath, you're gonna see a lot of mistakes that you made that you have to fix. So for now, I just keep it like this. I remove the drawing, I just hide the drawing, and I'm just gonna make everything, like I'll select everything and then have them all same, what do you say, opacity or fill. So this is the cap. Let's make it like, I'm just looking at my cap, like what color is it? Okay, this is the color I'm gonna choose. And if I click on this, I can just pick this color. So, and this is gonna go on top, right? So, and then what is this? That's the body, it's the face. So here I have some extra shape that I don't need. So with here and with the hair. Here, this is hair. There's no R at the end. Okay. It's hair, so I'm gonna also adjust the hair so it's not popping out from the hat. And the hair goes like darker. I like a little bit more red and darker. And yeah, so this is the face. Let's see what color we can choose for the face. And then maybe this one here is, well, this process can just keep going and going. You can make it as complicated as you like. And it's just fun to do, I would say. The eyebrows, I wanted to make it more like saturated. And then the eyes, we have it darker. And the eyelashes, you want to have it still darker. So this will be the base of the character that I want to work on. Okay, this is the body. I'm just going to click on the pen. I like this here to be more like roundish, and I know, oh, and there is another one, like a free pen tool you can use. Look, oh, it created it. So I don't use it that much because it's really hard to create a decent shape, but sometimes for stuff like this, why not, right? When more curvy, or like for the hair, I could use it. So I could just like add like there's another layer of hair here with this too. Oh, nice, right? Okay, so this is also really nice, but you can also adjust it later. So I'm gonna adjust this layer underneath, and right here, here. So this is, I think here needs some adjustments. Oops. Okay, and yep, I gotta just keep working on it until I'm happy about the shapes. Oops. maybe here. I'm just going to play around as long as I like because I want to make sure this will look good, right? So this one up, but here we need to fix it. So for this one, I know I have like, oh, do you see what happened? Okay. So when I have like a ruler here, this thing doesn't flow well. So I have to make sure that the ruler is off so I can have some really nice flow here. So I created this because I want to have inside of the cap, like the front part. And if I create clip and mask in the front of the part, then you see, if you see here, now I have the inside part, which is very easy to do. And I'm gonna now work on it to make it more appealing, make it work better, right? So this is it. This is okay. So and so I create some sort of depth. So let's go and create more of this layer. So I'm going to create a clip-in mask and then I'm going to go to my brushes. I'm going to go to my brushes. Where is it? Okay, I'm going to just select the most simple roundish brush, right? I'm going to create some nice. So if I resize this sort of in a soft brush, I'm not going to lose the quality that much because it's already very soft and there's no hard edge in there, right? So that's why I think it's a good use to have this. There are so many also different ways that you could do it. You can also go, for example, to the blending option, and from here you can have, for example, inner shadow and normal, more like a darker. You can see what happens. You can have like some really nice shadow. But the thing is that the blending option will change with resize. So if I resize it, it'll change. If I resize this head, look, it just changes with the size. So that's why I don't use it that much. But here I'm just gonna show it to you guys that how it works. So, but if I, for example, have this one, this two, I can just make it as big or as smaller as I want, and it's not going to change the nature of the layers and the design, right? So I'm just going to create a little bit of more sharper edge for this round brush so I can just create some sort of yeah, just enough to create some depth. Here also, I'm not going to do anything sharp because if I do, I'm going to lose it later. It's only with the soft brushes I'm going to use. So as you can see here, we now have already our character looking good. I'm just going to keep the eyes for now. Warm, oh, in a warmer tone. And this shape maybe here, here. Okay, right, got it. And I can just keep playing with the shapes as much as I want, right? So I can also use this is the eyes, this is the eyelid. Okay, I just want to show you something. I can also use this tool to create shadows. So if I want to have sharper shadows, I'm just gonna create this tool with the tool, and then I'm gonna create so I'm gonna keep inside of the eyes lighting and shadows, for example, in the same quality as the pen tool. I'm going to just keep using the pen tool in here because I'd like to keep it yeah, in vector. So I now have this lighting layer, which is interesting. So as you can see, I can also add people, but I don't know if I want to. I have to check. I have to see if I want to. Do I want to do this? Do I need to do this? I don't think so. I don't like it. I want to keep it more like minimal. You know, I'm gonna make the shadows darker, and I also want to keep the eyes. So here I can also use this to create some sort of, oh no, okay. Let's make this one and then go back. Right. I want to choose this one because there's no, it only affects the top part, and I like that, right? Okay, I can play around with it. But then this will change, as I told you before. This will change with resizing, so you have to be careful with that. And I'm just gonna keep this a bit darker, but then I'm gonna have this. So let's see. I'm just gonna keep it all in the eyes layer because I want to make sure that we have everything in the right layer. So is this all? No. Okay. Not the eyebrows, but this guy. Okay, I want to make sure. No, they're not. Okay. I'm just making mistake because I didn't name my layer. Nose, not nose. Okay, this is the correct order. And okay. I can also maybe make it darker. So this is the eyes, right? And I like it already. So I'm gonna jump into the hair, and I'm gonna make the hair the same color as this. I'm just gonna remove this, and I'm just gonna create some sort of lighting for hair. I have to think of lighting and shadows. I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is just a tutorial to just show you guys how to do it, but you can do it however you want, right? So I usually create some highlights too. So if this is like here, I like to create some highlights, but just that's it. So here I know that the hair had a little string. Let's select this and go further. I know the hair in the drawing has a little string, so let's add that part to the, see, it's possible. So because this is so, this looks, yeah, I think it's okay. I wanted to connect it all. You can also do something like this. You can also just go ahead and create like little strings here, right? With different colors even. And maybe here, some with this color, right? Okay, just here. Like you can just play around however you want, and I think it's fun to do. But make sure it's not going to be twisted like this, right? You want it to clean it up a bit better. I'm just going to keep this here. Where's the hair? Here. And yeah, I think this is nice. So as you can see, I have now some sort of nice base already. Let's make sure we get to the point down. Since these are like, I don't know, let's try. I want to have these clipping to the, to, okay, maybe not. Maybe let's not do that. I want to keep them in the same folder and see if the shadows will, then I would then keep this a little bit here. And because we have a hair string, I also gonna add it. I'm just trying to play around, right? I'm just trying to see what's working and what's not. Oops. I mean, I usually create so I usually create a what do you call it? Like a sample of a shadow too, right? Do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do this. I usually create some sort of quick coloring, so I'm not gonna just start coloring like this. Just gonna create like a quick guide that I know what I'm doing, and this is just a way of executing like a um yeah, so uh that's why now I'm just trying this stuff here because I'm just recording this for YouTube, but I usually create a little bit of a style guide and like this, but just with colors and just very quick colors, right? So let's go get on this part and have the face ready. Also with the naming, I try to keep it all clean, and but for now, I'm just gonna go do it like this, all messy, because I only have a little bit of time left. So something I want to do right now is to create the lighting. You could do this. Could create light, right? I love this. So I think it's fun to have it already all set up in this way. Just play around with colors and light. And I think it's also fun because it's just a different way of drawing, right? So now I can add like a layer of like more saturated here, like the light is hitting, you have like a little bit of more saturated effect on it, right? So yeah, I think it's cool. And then here I can have, oops, some shadows. Yeah, this is not a lighting tutorial, just so you know, it's not. I wouldn't share this as a lighting tutorial. I'm just sharing this to be able to show you guys how I use this tool for creating characters, right? So this is oh, what's happening here? I thought I wanted to. Okay, I'm gonna merge them, and when I merge them, the color just adjusts. So I don't have to be worried about that. Either colors were fine. So I already like this. It's nice. And maybe I can add a bit of lighting here. I mean, honestly, if I do this for a project, I would create all this very carefully. I try to avoid extra unnecessary layers, and I try to just, just keep up with the like one layer for all the lightings, one layer for all the shadows. I usually start with the shadows first, and then I know where's my light source, but I start with shadows. And so this is not the process of doing it for a project, but again, that will take a lot of time for me, and I want to just show you guys how I'm doing it here. Yep, well, I hope you like this, and let me know if you have questions or if you found this helpful. Thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed it. Ciao.